Welcome back to Hopes and Pylons. Let's have another look at another country that's been updated with the new, by now out, Golden Century DLC for Europa Universalis 4. We're going to have a look at Aragon today. It's one of the... I don't actually know that. I was about to say it was one of the lesser used starts, but I don't actually know that that's true. You rarely see Aragon too much in your... I definitely don't in your single-player games, because Castile usually gets the union over them and then just eats them. So sure, if you see that, if you're playing in Italy or somewhere, you see them for a while and then they're gone, then they're Castile or Spain. But not if we get the start as them, because the Iberian Waiting only fires if Aragon is AI controlled. So we can't just be be taken by the Iberians like that. Now what about the start? As you probably know, this is the old setup. Aragon starts with a decent amount of land. You have the eastern part of the Iberian Peninsula. You have parts of Italy here, especially Sicily and Sardinia. But you also have Naples as your lesser partner in the Union, so essentially as a vassal, and therefore also have the southern tip of Italy, more or less. What you don't have is most of the Iberian Peninsula, of course, and you have strong neighbors in the form of Castile and the Spanish. Now, in our setup here, we've been rivaled by Hungary, the Ottomans, and England. I don't know, I did do multiple starts here. I don't know how much these change, which of these are fixed and which of these are not, but what's not there is either Castile or France. Now, we want to eat Castile. I'm pretty sure that's what we want to do. So we're probably going to go ahead and ally France if we can do that. But first, have a look at our ideas and our mission tree. Now the ideas, if I can ever click ideas, which I cannot, are a lot less combat focused than the Castilian ones, so that's going to be a bit of a hindrance early on, I think, but they're, as far as I've seen, pretty powerful overall. So we start out with trade efficiency 10% and 20% galley combat ability. Galley combat ability is one of the weaker, I would say, ideas you can have, but for what we're going to do, for the fact that we're going to need some dominance in the Mediterranean, 20% galley combat ability might actually be quite nice and pretty useful. Especially since the Spanish seem to sit on heavies most of the time, we can probably really easily win any wars by the Spanish, the Castilians here. It should be relatively easy to fight them as long as we stay in the Med and don't fight in the Straits of Gibraltar, which are not inland seas. Alright, so bit of money, trade efficiency, it's good, but it's not insane, and then galley combat ability. And then the finish of artillery fire +1. That is actually really good for late game. It's a really good late game thing, but early on it does nothing. Interestingly enough, it makes artillery more powerful early on. But it is pretty sure it's a multiplier. They talked about that in the forums. I just forgot what exactly they said. I'm pretty sure artillery fire +1 is a multiplier, so that's not just straight up addition to... Can we see that here in the military screen? Of course we can't see artillery. I don't think it is a +1 to this, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is actually what happens here. Maybe we get just a flat +1 to artillery fire here, which seems pretty strong. Well, artillery combat ability is multiplier to the damage they do. This would just be sort of the base on which we build upon. So earlier cannons might already be quite strong. We'll see whether this changes once we, well, we won't see it this time, because as with all our first looks here, I'm just going to play for 3 episodes, and then we're going to put a cut in there. But if you are interested in a real Aragon campaign, then do tell me about that in the comments, and we might make that work. But let's go back to our ideas, our starting conditions here. So, decent setup, but nothing to write home about. I think then mercenary maintenance is usually pretty useless. It feels a bit like the idea here is that you can make up for your lack of combat modifiers with money and mercenaries. Maybe that works. I'm not usually a big fan of doing that, but that might be maybe a thing. 15% is not nothing. It's not insane either, but it's not nothing at all. I don't think you actually say 15% though. I think it's not like a multiplier to mercenary maintenance, but I think how it works is you have your base unit maintenance, then that gets multiplied by whatever, 200% or whatever it is for mercenaries, and then you subtract 15% of that multiplier, which wouldn't be quite as impressive, but still. Then we get more sailors and naval force limit. I like naval force limit, it's money. The bonus sailors, sure, we sometimes have sailors issues, but overall this is a very, very weak idea. Trade steering is good though. That's going to be a good amount of money later on. Stability cost modifier, pretty weak again. Trade power plus 20% is good and works well with trade steering in combination and our trade efficiency. So this is going to be a very, very strong base for a trade setup. I mean, no. I was about to say that this was called Merchant Princess, but it's not. It's Mercenary Princess. Never mind. So trade power bonus, then autonomy change, which is something I love. It's just going to be, if you expand a lot, monthly autonomy change is going to be awesome. And then finally, some combat ability here, morale of armies plus 10% as the finisher. So very powerful trade-wise, not that powerful army-wise, and a few stinkers in between. But if you're playing Aragon, you should really focus on trade and your navy, because otherwise you're just wasting all your all your ideas. Let's not say nice here. But maybe that's made up for by the mission tree. Aragon has a fully custom mission tree here, and it's not too small either, which has a couple of focuses. So on the left side, we have the trade focus. So here, build marketplaces in Valencia and Barcelona and get trade power. And but you do get claims as a reward for that in Liguria and the Western Mediterranean islands. So I assume Liguria is Liguria. That's the Ligurian Sea. It's close. Okay, on Genoa, I assume, and I assume these are the Western Mediterranean. Okay, so these are claims on Genoa you get from powering through the trade, becoming powerful trade power here, and then take out Genoa, who is obviously one of the main issues with dominating the node. Then you get dominate Genoa as a mission, which probably means taking out, essentially own or subjugate Genoa, and get more climbs on Venetia, Tuscany, so get into northern Italy there. Control Venice, same sort of thing, I assume. Yep. And then rule Italy. All provinces in Italy owned by Aragon or... Okay. So take Genoa, take some northern Italy, and then take the rest. So very, very clear Italian ambition on this side. Leading into Mare Nostrum. So our ocean, our sea. And that is also an achievement. I don't know that that's available. No, you have to form Rome, I think, and then own all the Mediterranean, essentially, and for the achievement. But Aragon apparently has a similar ambition here. Our mission, where we have to take, well, the Eastern Mediterranean coast, more or less. So some stuff in Anatolia, Egypt, and then over here in the Balkans, and not so much in the western part. So we don't have to do the full Mare Nostrum, we just have to do the eastern part. Okay. Pretty ambitious. It means we do have to fight the Ottomans for this. This is a late game thing then, obviously. What else leads into that? A bunch of stuff. Integrating Naples, claims on Athens, so get into Greece already. Protect Albania. Protect Albania. We need to own all provinces in the area, or our subjects need to, so we can either subjugate them and deal with the Serbian people there, or just take the land for ourselves. City of World's Desire gets Constantinople. Okay, so these all lead into the whole Mare Nostrum thing. The achievement for Aragon, by the way, is to control all centers of trade in the Mediterranean coast. So this also leads into that achievement pretty easily and nicely. Very, very, very compact sort of package. So if you play Aragon, you know what you're supposed to do. Build a navy, combat piracy, so take northern Africa, conquer Tunis, more northern Africa, and then go into Alexandria. That also leads into that Mare Nostrum. And then for some reason this envoy to Ethiopia here, make the Christians in the Horn of Africa like you, so you get some Diplo rep. Okay? And then on our trade side on the left, what do we continue here? Get levels 3% of trade, have the burghers own Barcelona and be powerful, have a lot of money in order to then get interest reduction. Have no loans and have at least 3,000 ducats, and then you get interest reduction for 20 years? Why would I have interest to pay and loans to take if I have 3,000 ducats and no loans? That makes no sense. Inflation reduction, sure, for 20 years, it's not bad. But this, I don't understand. Build a ton of manufactories and trade in wine, glass, or paper, or be the leading producer of that. And then Golden Century. All power cost minus 1%. So that is essentially, what, 10 innovativeness for 100 years. This is, I think, one of the issues that I have with Paradox DLCs. And the fact that they include base mechanics in their DLCs is that they could have put gain 10 innovativeness on here. But if they had done that, you could only do it if you have Rule Britannia, because innovativeness is a Rule Britannia feature. So instead, they do the same thing, essentially, for 100 years. They give you 10 innovativeness, but they don't call it that because they can't. Because then this DLC would do nothing for people who don't own Rule Britannia. Well, won't do this thing for them. And this just requires you to have a lot of money. So trade a lot. And then, funnily down here, but this is an extra tree. You see that, right? We can also, this has no precursors. So vassalize Navarra and then take essentially Castile land and then take Portuguese land. And here get into France. So this could also be here, except they have no room on the side. So they squeeze this in down there. But this is not actually chronologically down there. I think this is going to be one of the first things we're going to do. Well, except for these maybe. All right. So that is the mission tree. Expand in Iberia, in France, in Italy, and all around the Mediterranean. And then you're done and you even get your achievement. Now, that's enough talk, I think, for the starting situation. Maybe have a look at ruler real quick. We have a 246 ruler, Alphonse de Trastamara. Much better than his, I assume, brother, or at least some sort of relation, King Huan, Huan II of Trastamara, who is a 112. We are a 246, which is pretty good. That is 12 pips, that's way above average. And military pips early on are very nice, so we can get ahead in Miltech. We also have discipline bonus on the ruler, which is awesome. Construction cost, advisor cost, sure, not bad. Our air, on the other hand, is pretty bad. 5 pips. And just missionary strength. What I'm going to do, just to start off our whole campaign here, I'm just going to... yes. I'm just going to get rid of this guy. We're going to find a new heir somewhere. Oh, that led to a rebellious subject, though. That I did not realize. Why? Oh, because we've now just received plus 41%. Holy fudge nuggets. I did not realize that would be that bad. Probably because it's a personal union. So one thing I want to do is... We have 3 diplomats, so I think we can waste one on improving relations to Navarra. This is something to keep in mind for sure. And then we're going to look at rivals. Rivals, I want to rival the Castilians. I'm pretty sure... Who are your friends? You have no friends. Your enemies are France, yeah, Morocco, and Burgundy. And I'm mostly rivaling Castile here for the French alliance. So let's go rival Castile. Then the French should be pretty close to wanting an alliance. It doesn't say yet, but the rivalry should jump in there in a couple of days. I'm also going to improve with you. And then I'm going to think about Navarra, and I think I'm just going to begin by building a spy network here. We could try to diplo-vassalize them. Should we just do that? Yeah, they would do it too. I think we should just diplo-vassalize them here. So we don't have to deal with any alliances or anything along those lines. Yeah, let's ally Navarra. And then go out and diplo-vassalize them. Now, I don't think any other allies are super important except for France right now. So I'm going to give that a little bit of time. And yeah, marry you, Navarra, for sure. Because we do need a new heir. Tunis raiding us. Oh yes, boats, right. Should have done this first. So if you do this, run ever, think about doing this before you unpause. I'm gonna go hunt pirates in the Genoa node. I'm also gonna have my... Where are they? My barks protect trade in the Genoa node. So our coasts don't get raided, for sure. Now, how are we doing money-wise? We are making hand over fist. Oh, that's money. So let's get advisors. I do want a military one for absolutely. Let's just grab land maintenance. Trade efficiency sounds good. And I don't care for a missionary strength guy at all. Let's see have a look at our estates. We haven't done that before. What I did see before I started recording is that all our land is owned by estates, which I hate. So this is also something you're gonna have to work on if you start this campaign. Slowly get rid of all this estate land in your land, because that's just too much output of the land you're just not getting. So, but let's go back to our estates. The nobility is already pretty influential, so we can just demand their military support. Question is whether we call it diet. Kinda wary. I don't want to. I don't want to call it diet because I don't want to lose prestige, because that makes Navarra even more unhappy. That means we're gonna have unhappy nobles, which sucks. That's gonna be okay for a while. If we do have rebellion issues, we may have to click the button, but that's fine. You guys, I'm gonna send an embassy to Pope, so we need 25 more. I would like to seek your support, but same issue. I think I'm just gonna make everybody unhappy in the start. At the start, it's gonna be fine by just grabbing minister, support. And the burghers are actually pretty influential. Again, the 5 prestige though, and it won't be quite enough anyway, so I'm not gonna do anything here. I could ask for a few ducats, yeah, and we should probably do that, just to make use of their upticking. Alright, so what about other rivals? You found who as your friends? Brittany and Portugal, okay. And I should probably, yes, I should keep on working on you guys for that vassalization, by improving relations in a minute. I also really want... Okay, why did you not change yet? You did rival Castile. We have common rivals. That should get into, maybe next month. The opinion will change there. We did not get a level 1 admin guy, did we? No. I didn't really expect that. I'm just gonna grab the missionary strength guy, it's fine, just for the monarch points. And I think I'm going to focus on military. You could argue that I shouldn't, because we already have such a focus on military on our ruler itself. Yeah, let's not focus on military. Let's get our armies together and have them drilling for a bit. Aragonese succession. I have no legitimate children. Okay, did I just screw everything over by getting rid of my guy? Oh, did we just lose? Oh. You see, I have not played as this before. Because I did not have an heir. Queen died. Huan was able to secure the throne for himself. Notice King Navarra in his own right. Consequence that the crown of Aragon and Navarra will be united if King Alphonse dies while Huan lives, so long as Navarra remains an independent nation. So we need King Alphonse to die, who is me? Okay, now I'm confused. Though King Alphonse has no legitimate children, the line of succession in Aragon seems secure as the king's brother. Drinks Joan? No, it's Juan. Who's Joan? Can't be that, unless that happens when I click this. Sadly died. Crown of Aragon will be united if King Alphonse dies while Yuan lives. Or is Yuan the guy that I just got rid of? Maybe Yuan is my former heir, and you always get that event, and I just got rid of Yuan before that could happen. At least Navarra is still in my personal union. Okay. And I don't think there's a Yuan. Maybe we would have just auto-integrated Navarra if I had kept that guy around. I don't actually know. Austria wants to ally. That's interesting. Who are your rival to France? I want France. France... We're certainly above a month now. Why is there no rival thing in there? Wasn't that a thing? You have rivaled Castile. I have rivaled Castile. It makes you like me more, I assume, yes, but I thought it was also a modifier on the alliance. Maybe I'm just wrong. Well, I do want these guys, though. And since I do want them, I am not gonna ally the Austrians. Who are your friends? Provence and nobody else. Well, and Scotland-ish. Wait. Do not have hunt pirates on. Didn't I send a fleet out to hunt pirates? I did. Was it not enough troops to protect against those raiders? Huh, interesting. Could also select the naval doctrine. The earlier I do this, the better. I almost always take merchant navy. It's just so much money right now. But yeah, let's grab it. So we don't pay more later. Oh yes, we're Catholic. We now have one cardinal, which is great. We also want to have a look at the papacy. And I probably want to spend at least 5 papal influence here to give us a chance of becoming the papal controller. There we go. We currently would have a 100% chance. It's nice. I'm not going to ally you, Austria, sorry. Who are you? The Pope, though. Do you want to be friends with the Pope? I kind of want to eat the Pope. Is that a bad thing to want? I don't think we're gonna expand into papal land anytime soon. Not as long as they're in the Empire. So not before Shadow Kingdom fires. So we could ally them for a bit. What do we get from that? We get anything from doing that. I'm gonna do it. I'm not quite sure if that's the right way to go here. Mantua joined that trade league, that's fine. We can always attack somebody else. Let's grab our general. Who's a really good general? Alphonse, is that us? That's us, right? Alphonse? Yes. We are a good general. I'm gonna risk my king drilling here. Maybe that's not a thing we should be doing, honestly. But hey. So I want more rivals for sure. The question is there anybody I can safely rival? We've been rivaled by England, the Ottomans, and Hungary. I don't really want to... Oh, there's the French alliance already. Nice. Let's grab that before we do anything else. Come home from France, so we can send one guy to Navarra to improve there. Gain trade power. I'm gonna grab the trade power right now. Don't want to swap advisors anytime soon. I'm gonna improve relations to Navarra. And then I'm gonna think about rivals again, because that's what we wanted to do here. Tunis is actually a tempting rival, because we want to get into Tunis anyway. At some point. And Genoa... I like Genoa and Tunis, because they are expansion targets. Genoa likes us at the moment, and they're of course... Oh, they're allied to France. Maybe not. Because France won't like us rivaling their ally. Tunis has no friends. Okay. Let's rival Tunis. And then... We already rivaled Castile, which makes sense. Don't really want to bring people together by rivaling them. I mean, I could just rival somebody like Hungary, because they rivaled us, and we don't need the rival strat right now. Let's do Hungary. And then do our embargoes against our rivals. 1 rival, 2 rival. Sure, I'll marry you. Red rival, blue rival. Issue embargo. Alright. France influencing people. So I do want a war against Castile. The question is, how do we do that? They're allied to England, Brittany, Navarra, and Portugal. Navarra won't be a problem once we diplo-vassalize Navarra. Also, they're not a big problem anyway. Brittany is not the biggest of issues, but I mean, there are people. England, we've seen that in the other campaign, is probably not going to be a big issue. I think our galley fleet should be easily able to handle the Spanish Navy, so I'm not super afraid there. I am interested in going up on naval force limit, I think. Damnation. People joining trade leagues. How damning. How are we doing on that Liberty Desire? Still very high. Yeah, it's gonna drop down over time because of prestige going up, because of trust going up, and because of influence going up, opinion. They really want Navarra as well. So we should try to be quick here. 11 reasons to go. Actually do need these reasons. Aragon is military power. Alright. We're not even close to force limit. We're still making money. We have a lot of horses. It is worth considering. I won't do it right now, but it's definitely worth considering to just dismiss some of these horses to get to some cheaper infantry. But we do have money as Navarra, so maybe this is fine. Navarra as Aragon. What we really want here is these guys to understand that they should really be my friends. There should be an opinion modifier. Isn't there an opinion modifier? Maybe not. Maybe because opinion must be 190 anyway for vassalization. There's no opinion modifier. So that means we really need to work on that military power. That means we need to build more units, even though we don't have money. Already dead. Ah, that's quick. We died drilling? No, it's just normal death. So we got a nice additional ruler. Farron II, but what happens now here? Okay, Navarra's gonna be junior partner either way. Which is good. But we either get a ton of local autonomy, which I really don't want to have, or we get a ton of unrest in our country. I'm gonna grab the unrest, I think. Sworn allegiance, only good come of this. What's our mission? Vassalize Navarra. Oh, Navarra! I was thinking Naples. That was easy. Didn't need to do all that work. Gain claims on Provence, Castile, Toledo. Okay, so great claims. Good. And permanent ones too. Now we do want to stabilize here, so let's boost our stability. And I think I'm not drilling, I don't have general anyway, and we have slight unrest issues anyway, so why not? Let's walk over to Valencia and then just use the suppression. Tunis no longer a valid rival, so we just eclipsed them already. They are casus belli. Tunis be no longer embargoed. Who else do we embargo then? Also come home from... no, do improve with these guys, it's fine. Rival... I dislike that I can't do Genoa because of the French alliance, or that it would be bad to do that. Do you hate the Castilians? You do. Tempted to rival Morocco, but on the other hand, if they hate the Castilians, I don't want to not be able to deal with them. Could just counter-rival England here. Yeah, let's just do that for now. It's gonna be okay. It shouldn't screw us over too much, I hope. Be embargoed. Not that there should be any English traders around here. Now, get rid of that unrest, or at least reduce it. And then I think now we do focus on military, because I still want that tech ahead, and we're no longer super imbalanced towards that. Really need an heir. Because the French just claimed our throne. Did we lose our marriages? No, we took marriages from other people, right? We're still married. Or only to France. Oh, we can't be married to Navarre anymore. That makes sense. Do we have any other friends? Did we... Oh yeah, we allied the Pope, but the Pope can't be married. Ferrara, Lucca, Savoy, Fezzan, Genoa, Milan. Could do Morocco, but we can't marry Morocco because they're infidels. Bohemia. Just have a look at the map. Bohemia or Savoy? Savoy is allied to Austria and rival to Provence. That could give us friction with France. How's Bohemia doing? They're gonna be far away, so they might not be super interested in our wars. But then again, they might not call us into wars that we really are afraid of. Who are your enemies? Bavaria, Brandenburg, and Austria. Austria is, of course... I don't want to be in a war against Austria if I don't have to. On the other hand, this kind of seems fine. And we still have a slot, right? No, we're full of slots. Okay, never mind. Maybe allying the Pope was bad. Because I would really like some more marriages. Because we do need an heir. Oh, we also have super low legitimacy on that new guy. I see, I see. Maybe I was a bit overeager early on getting rid of my heir. But, you know, we live and we learn. And we're gonna live and learn more in the next episode of this when we have our second episode of the first look at Aragon. Until then, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what you're seeing, as always, please, please, please do like my videos, do subscribe to my channel, and of course do talk to me in the comment section. About anything you want to, but among other things, tell me about any other first looks you want to see, and maybe about full-length campaigns you want me to do. Thank you guys for watching, see you guys next time!